There's some new investigations happening when it comes to David and Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And this time, the investigation is coming from a private investigator who is going to investigate information surrounding the home that David lived in LA that was searched by police. And just a couple feet away from where Celeste was found in the front of David's Tesla. The owner of the home that David was renting in LA has reached out to the Daily Mail and said that he is desperate for answers. He told the Daily Mail that he only had limited contact with police and is concerned about what role, if any, that his home may have played in the passing of Celeste. He is determined to find the truth, and he has hired a private investigator to review surveillance footage and interview potential witnesses to determine whether Celeste ever stayed at the home, and if so, when she was last seen there. And this part right here is a huge deal that could potentially narrow down the timeline, since we know that the private investigator is going to review surveillance footage to try to figure out if and when Celeste Rivas was in the home, or even possibly stumbling across video surveillance footage of someone placing Celeste in the front of that Tesla. And when you add this with them reaching out to try to find potential witnesses that might have possibly saw Celeste and asked when it's the last time that they saw her, this could be a big deal for this investigation. Homeowner said, "I have a private investigator gathering information because my family and I want to understand what may or may have not happened in or around our home that is very special to us. We are not interfering with the LAPD's investigation. We are simply seeking answers I fear that may not be communicated to us unless we use a licensed investigator." Went on to say the neighbors told him that the home had been extremely quiet and there was maintenance workers, gardeners, pool cleaners, and pest control, that they noticed nothing out of the ordinary. He did say he believed this was because David was out on tour, and he said that when the home got raided, he doesn't believe that anybody was there. Went on to say that when the police raided the home, they left no lasting damage, and he hasn't been told what tests the LAPD conducted. He said that, "I have not been told by law enforcement that Celeste passed away in the house. There are no obvious signs that something happened inside." And he also said the LAPD has not shared any plans with him to return for additional tests. "I believe that they have everything that they think may help their investigation. Although my family and I did not know Celeste or even know David was staying in the house, we are terribly sad about her passing. Because our home is a focus point in the case, I am working with a private investigator to better understand the circumstances of what happened." He did go on to say that he will only consider releasing the findings of his private investigation once the LAPD probe has concluded. So that means he's probably not going to publicly share what information that this private investigator hopefully is able to uncover when it comes to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. But I would assume that they are probably going to pass off this information to the LAPD just in case there is a chance that they don't have this information already. And honestly, I think that this is great. I love that the landlord is willing to do this to try to figure out what is happening, since the police are being so tight-lipped. At this point, there is absolutely nothing wrong with hiring a private investigator with your own money to try to get justice for Celeste. And I really hope that this private investigator is hopefully able to find out some information that might help the LAPD in closing her case. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.